Listen, your present moment awareness is what manifests. If you're telling the story of how your SP left, or repeating arguments leading up to a breakup, or how they're ignoring you, blocking you, or that they're in no contact with you for a long extended period of time, then you're not really manifesting your specific person, you're manifesting the past. And today, we're going to rewrite that. Stick with me. Let's do this. Don't let stress hijack your manifestation. Don't let the 3D bother you. When you're tense, reactive, or dwelling in uncertainty, you're feeding your subconscious story that contradicts your desire. The more relaxed that you are, the more influence you have over your reality, because a calm mind is fertile ground for your new story to take root. Manifestation is not supposed to feel like a struggle. It's meant to feel simple, and it becomes even easier when you choose ease deliberately, okay? So when the 3D is bothering you, it's good to get into a meditative state. Do some deep breathing, inhale deeply for 4 seconds, and then let it out for 4 seconds. And you can use it exhale through your nose, or just find different ways of calming yourself and centering yourself, okay? Because when you catch yourself over-investing in the 3D, obsessing over what the SP said or didn't say, or what they did or didn't do, or what hasn't changed, it's time to stop thinking those thoughts and pause, and take a few deep, intentional breaths. Let your body and mind sink back into harmony, okay? Then move forward with this consciousness. I choose to relax. I choose to be non-reactive. I choose to trust, because you're a powerful creator. You get everything that you want, and you can do this. Because when you do that and you take your power back, your manifestation work becomes dominant, okay? And the noise of the old story, it fades, it dissolves, it disappears. And as Neville said, if there's something that's going on that you don't prefer, don't pay any attention to it. So turn your attention to what you desire and give it to yourself, and continue to be loyal to it. And be loyal to it in thought and in your emotions, and give yourself your desire, as he says, at your command. So the old story, that's a trap, and we all get stuck in it at some time until we can move past it. So you have to be gentle with yourself, but you also have to get to a point where you go, okay, I keep catching myself looping this. I don't want to loop it anymore. I want the new story. So today is that day. Today is your day to lock into that. So the old story, it's an old neuro pathway. And it feels familiar, and our brains like to go back to that. So it gives you something to hold on to when the 3D reality feels cold. But it's also the very thing that keeps you stuck. So every time that you say or think, they haven't reached out, or they still have me blocked, you're just emotionally rehearsing the past, and that's not helping you. You're feeding the version of reality where you're in no contact and blocked. And that's not what we want to do, right? It's important to change up your routines and break out of the rut of repeating the old story by doing new things. Engage in working on yourself, improving your self-concept, exercise, do new routines and stick to them. Reset your mind, because all these things help you with your present moment awareness. And like I said at the very first of the video, I said, your present moment awareness is what manifests. So get in control of your mind and your thoughts and your attention, and direct it towards what you desire. And as Neville pointed out, there's a scripture in Romans 12, verse 2, be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And he said that applies to this, to be renewed. Your renewal is your desire, and your desire to be with your SP, and to have you and your SP be together. So being stuck in the old story, I've been using jet metaphors on here because I'm a jet engine mechanic. And being stuck in the old story is like flying a jet with coordinates locked on the past. So no matter how fast you go, you're heading directly towards the same emotional destination. So we want to go to the destination where you're with SP, and you're together and better than ever. So today is your day to step into the power of the new story. The new story isn't just wishful thinking. It's a metaphysical override. It's the version of you that already has what you want, right? And you're living from that truth, because that is your truth. And it's so good and it's joyful. And Rajo loves a love story. So examples of the old story is, when you're staring at your phone and you're thinking, they haven't texted me, but it's time to shift today, get into the new story and think new thoughts. Because wouldn't it be joyful if you give yourself your desire like they texted you, and think thoughts like, they always love to text me and reach out to me. They miss me, because that's the truth, because you said so. You are the operant power. Another example of the old story that we're trying to overcome is, there's some people that I'm working with who, their SPs block them, like they're thinking thoughts of, oh, I'm still blocked. They blocked me. The new story says, you know what? SP's working on their emotions and they're going to come back stronger. We're going to be together and better than ever. And you're creating that, okay? Think flying in the jet that I keep talking about, like, because manifestation is kind of like aircraft to me. So it's like flying in the jet mid-air, and your new story is fuel. You're getting aerial refueled, but you only receive it when you're flying in alignment. You're not circling in past. You're going directly towards your desire, to your destination. So how to step into the new story is, to use some techniques, be in control of your mind, your thoughts, and your attention, and your feelings, your emotions particularly, because feeling is the secret. And whatever it is that you're giving your emotions to, that's what shows up, and it's your inner conversations. And we all have negative thoughts sometimes, but it's time to learn to reshape those and gently reshape them, as I said before, and shift from the old story to the new story, because the new story is so delicious. Like, it's what you want, So it's like, I use scripting, and I would write scenes of SP and I being together and doing things together. I would imagine riding in the car, holding SP's hand, going to the grocery, and I would just craft scenes where I was making room for SP to be in my life, imagining that SP was by my side. And you have to make physical room for it. It impresses your subconscious mind. Like, if you got a garage that's full of stuff and there's not room for another car, go out to the garage and clean it and make room for another car, because that could be SP's car coming in to your place or being in your environment, and you're making room for them, okay? It's part of emotional embodiment, okay? So, as I've said in previous videos, what's always helpful to me is, aside from scripting and writing and visualizing, where I'm going through the processes, affirmations help me to steer my inner emotions. And an affirmation that I love is, I am always cherished, loved, and adored. Say that with me now. I am always cherished, loved, and adored, because that's the truth. And you can say, I am living the story where we are together and better than ever. Isn't that so delicious? Like, that is wonderful. That's part of living in the end. That's embodying it. Emotional embodiment. So living in the end doesn't mean pretending either. It means emotionally relocating. You're not waiting for a text. You're living the life where the text already came. You're feeling joy. Like, you're giving yourself your desire when you practice this. The text already came and the love is already here. Isn't that so good? Like that, I feel that from my head to my toe, just thinking those thoughts. And you should too. Like, work on that. You're not chasing the plane. You're already on board this airplane towards your destination, your manifestation. You're cruising at altitude, and the reunion is your destination. So today is your call to action. Your new story starts right now. Not tomorrow, not when they call, now. So I just want to encourage you, comment down below, what's one line from your news story? Like, let's rewrite everything together. And if this resonated, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's they're ready to stop looping the past and start living the love they deserve. And if I can help you in any way, drop me an email or reach out. My website is in the link in the description.